potion craft. So I'm back. I played last night to try to get a little bit better. The entire goal of getting better was so that you just didn't watch me struggle constantly. So I'm better, but I'm still not great. Apparently one of the main tricks that people do is turn down the frame rate to make haggling more workable. So I've done that. Well, actually, let me double check that. That would be video settings. Yep. So my frame rate is lower, and that does seem to make haggling easier. But I still cannot discover certain potion effects. Which has been frustrating because people come in and they're like, we need certain potions. And I've literally never even heard of that effect before. So then I waste all my ingredients trying to get to that effect, and it's just a hot mess. So this save game file that I'm playing, the original file, is the same file. So I'm picking up right where I left off yesterday. But hopefully my increased skill will make this not as blisteringly painful to watch. Alright, got this guy. I see you recently opened. I'm also an alchemist, but I'm just passing through town. I'm collecting some ingredients and selling alchemy equipment, so I decided to drop in. I'm running light right now and only have enchanted paper with me, but if you need to expand your recipe book, you can buy a couple sheets. Enchanted paper? The sheets in the recipe book are made of special enchanted paper. The enchantment slows down the paper's aging and allows you to edit existing recipes. You can even completely erase an old recipe and write a new one instead. In addition, sheets of enchanted paper can be conveniently bound into the recipe book, allowing you to expand it almost indefinitely. So his paper is... Oh, he's got it on sale today! I can afford a sheet! But should I spend all of my gold on one sheet? I mean, is this just the way mages are, right? Alright, haggle, haggle, haggle. Look at that. I got it down from 85 to 72. Boom! Alright. That was great. I have another sheet now. Alright, well, let's make some money. I had a brilliant idea yesterday, to brew a beer that warms your bones even on the coldest days. People would pay a pretty penny for it in the northern provinces. The recipe is almost ready, but for the beer to always be warm, I need something like liquid fire. Do you have anything like that? What else do you add to your beer? Actually, the recipe for my beer is a big secret. All I can say is I add 5 types of fiery pepper to this one. That does sound delicious. But I'm not a beer drinker, so... Alright, so it's looking like I need liquid fire. And I do have that. A weak potion of fire, but do I have the ingredients? No. Let's go collect some ingredients and see if I have enough after I do that. I should, but I'm not completely sure. Alright, got the ingredients. I have enough for one. So I'm better haggle with this guy. Unless he says that he won't pay a lot. And he does. Great. Alright, so one thing that I learned is more about these mechanics over here in the top right hand corner. The 3 out of 10, your popularity level goes up and down depending on if you refuse or accept an assignment from a person. And you have to get enough of these stars to advance to the next popularity level. But it's actually, I don't know if I want to say it's pretty well balanced or if it's really difficult. Because if you haven't discovered the potion effect, you have to turn people away. So even though it's just 3 out of 10, you're like, oh, that's a couple of customers. No, it is like probably 2 weeks worth of work if you haven't discovered a lot of different alchemical properties. And then here, this reputation, this goes all the way up to 100. And if you refuse certain clients, you get increased reputation. And if you sell someone the wrong potion or haggle too hard, you take a huge hit to reputation. So even though I'm at 7 right now, that's like nothing, because if you were at 100 and you haggle too hard with one person, you're immediately at 70. So reputation is a pretty difficult metric to balance, and you can go into the negatives. So that is more of those mechanics of what I learned about. Please help. My son was playing with friends in the forest and twisted his ankle jumping from a tree. Please help heal my little boy's leg. She'll get mad if I try to sell her this potion. Like, I might get a hit to my reputation. No, it just gave me only 1 star instead of 2. Children who wander into the forest to play by the lake have started going missing of late. Are there drift blooms around? The villagers are certain it's a merman. I guess you could... Is it drift blim? Or drift bloom? I don't know. I've been asked to deal with the beast. I need to reinforce my sword to defeat this scum. I heard mermen flee at the sound of thunder. Well, I have a potion of lightning, even though I highly doubt that the lightning potion will do anything. It's already made? Oh, you're right. It is down there. Alright, well, look at that. I'm just breezing through this morning. I'm gonna haggle with this guy a little bit. And see if I get... Nope, see, so I didn't haggle him too hard, and it just went fine. Alright, well, I have a little bit of money. Who else do you sell herbs to? A lot of people need herbs in town. Some use them as seasoning, others for medicinal purposes, and the brewer is often using them to brew new kinds of beer. Well, we've met the brewer. So over here, I've learned also that if it's red, it's a bad deal, green, it's a good deal for that ingredient, and the like blank color is just neutral, obviously. So I'm gonna see if I can pick up some ice fruit. I've never used this ingredient before, and honestly, I need a couple more fire bells. So with trading, you have to set up the deal and then haggle and then accept the deal. If you do anything else or in any other order, the deal fails and you have a huge chance of taking a hit to your reputation or losing a bunch of gold. Alright, so I made a better deal for myself. That was 60 gold. I got a couple of extra fire bells and then this new a new item called ice fruit. So you can see that the green, yellow, and red carry on over here. So if there's something that is in demand and I need to sell it. But I have learned to hoard ingredients like nobody's business. Because honestly, they're far more valuable. You almost lose money on every potion you make unless you can make your ingredients stretch out really far. So it's very hard to actually turn a profit, so hoarding your herbs and especially mushrooms is like one of the best ways to go about it. To make money, but I never make money. In my other game, I'm trying to save up, in the other save file, I'm trying to save up for like 2,000 gold. And I'm nowhere near it, and I've been playing for months, so I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong managing my money wise, but the ROI on like a health potion isn't even worth it sometimes, so I don't really know what to do. Hi there. I was heading to my unit's rendezvous point when I saw your shop. I thought I'd stop in and buy a potion for our battle mage. He's been complaining recently that his magical powers have waned. I heard there was a potion that helps mages to recover. Do you have one? I don't have one. I don't believe in stock. Oh, I do! What are the odds of every single potion today being already created? I feel like that's kind of crazy. Just my luck here. A massive anthill appeared near my house, and now ants are everywhere. On the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling, even in the food. It's unbearable. I need something to get rid of those annoying bugs and fast. So, just like a normal poison probably, right? just gonna sell. See, I got the star because I didn't haggle. So I made less gold, but I made it closer to popularity level. Be a friend and give me a healing remedy on the stronger side. Some guys and I were escorting a trade caravan yesterday. Then we got attacked by bandits. I was stabbed with a knife and fell out of the cart onto the road. I'm lucky to be alive. Now I need to recover and catch up with the caravan. Alright, so I have two options here. I can just go into my notebook and brew a healing potion. But if you remember me saying that it's almost not worth the ingredients, there is a way to make the ingredients more lucrative, and that is by making a stronger potion level. And you can only do that by making the potion from scratch and having it very close to an exact outline. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to whip up a health potion from scratch, and I'm going to try to get as close as I possibly can, and we should see at least a level 2, maybe a level 3 if I can at all do it. So Terraria is the first ingredient for it. I want to go all the way down. Might have to use a third ingredient, but yeah. So this is my traditional potion recipe for healing level 1. But as you can see, it's just 1. So if I want to, I have to go down a little bit more. And you got to be very careful too. So I can cut my losses here and make a stronger health potion, or I can try to make it a third by going back with the water. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to... It's very finicky to do. Ideally, I'd be able to get the X right on the middle. Ugh, I might have screwed it up. Alright. I have not succeeded in making a level 3 yet, except for one time. Oh! So close. But it's literally pixels. Dang it. I'm just gonna cut my losses with a 2. Because the direction that I'm going with my ingredients isn't going to help me get a more solid potion. But I did get a 3. I just wasn't able to stop it in time. Because there's just the tiniest bit of wiggle with these. Oh, I forgot to actually finish the potion, So he should be willing to pay more, not only because of the ingredients used in it, but the higher quality. And see, this is where he says, this potion will do, but I would pay more for something higher grade. Which isn't multiple effects or anything, it's just if I could have gotten a healing potion 3, I would have gotten a gold boost on it. So, he is paying more, but it's not really worth my ingredients right now. Which just sucks. I mean, that's just normal. So, see, I could have gotten a gold boost and +2. So, I'm not saying that I messed it up, because I did give him more than just a level 1 potion, but I don't think it was worth the ingredients that I used. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to make a level 3 healing potion again, just for some practice, and hopefully in that process end with something a little bit more lucrative for me, depending on the kind of clientele I need. But since I don't have a ton of ingredients, what I really need, there's this ingredient that helps make them a little bit better. It's called a mushroom. I think I might have one. Yeah. So if you use a mushroom first and then half of another ingredient, I think a water bloom, it's a little bit easier. You don't have to spend 3 ingredients. But mushrooms are much more expensive, so at the same time, is it really worth it? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull myself back to the middle a little bit. And there. That's not going to move. Might have pulled too far. Since I'm trying to get a level 3, I wonder if it would be worth it for me to use like another water bloom, just because I'm trying to practice and get higher level. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. It's not like these ingredients are the worst in the world. Alright. To be wasting. Ugh. Ugh, it's so difficult. No. See, it's just... I don't quite have the right ingredients to... I'll try some other ingredients, but again, I'm just trying to get a level 3 potion. I don't mind that I'm wasting a couple of my more common ingredients, but if I was like wasting my higher grade or more expensive ingredients to make a potion, I would have to be trying to discover new effects. And I'm not discovering new effects, I'm just trying to make a level 3 potion. So, let's see, where's my mushroom? See how it hooks down right above it? So 1 mushroom and then a terraria is a lot easier to... You're not constantly trying to adjust. I don't know if I'll still get a level 3 out of this, but I think it will probably be easier. I'm just trying to give myself enough room to do it. So let's see. Alright, so that's level 2. I know I need to get it lower. Maybe if I pull myself back to the center a couple of pixels, or is that just going to be too far? So, I don't know. Level 1 again. I just want to get the X directly on the middle. Ugh. Okay. It's a little higher. Now if I go directly right... Dang. So see, I'm still a little... Maybe I can do it though. It's so close. I wonder if I should pull myself back just a tad. And then try to go down a little bit. Ugh. So, I don't know. Should I waste 1 more ingredient trying to go back, or should I just cut my losses? That's the difficulty, is at what point do you just cut your losses experimenting? But I don't know. It's difficult. It's literally a matter of pixels that's going to get you a higher level potion. Since I don't have that many ingredients left, I have quite a few wind bloom actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to discover a new potion effect, because I think I just have enough to get up high enough. Yeah, I think I can do this. Okay. Because if you look at the map, there are very faint dashed lines. I don't know if you can see them because they are very faint, but they always lead to another effect. Like, see right here? They always lead to another effect. And if you can see the dotted lines, right through this vortex there's a dotted line. And that's what I want to try to follow, but you need a lot of wind bloom to do that because you need to get up really high. So I'm going to use... No, that's going to cut me too close. I'm just going to go over. Even following the dashed lines, just verbatim, is very difficult. So, I mean, this game, you could call it hard, but I'm still trying to figure out if I think it's hard or if I think it's well balanced. And I just don't know. Alright, now I'm just gotta let it settle in the center. And I'm gonna go up again. Luckily, there aren't any death fields. Ooh. Alright. So, what's the best way? Maybe I think I'll just go a wind bloom. Or, a water bloom. And then a wind bloom. I feel like, and I don't know if this is true, but the very first time you discover an effect, you can't get any higher than level 1. So, trying to be accurate... What? Did I not grind it enough or something? That was weird. I feel like it should have taken me up close enough. This should be enough to get me there. Yeah, there we go. So, ideally, I would have higher than a 1 potion, but there you go. So, I'm not sure what bounce does. Weak potion of bounce? What does it do? Bounce. What does it do? There's no, maybe it's in my main journal? Does anybody know what bounce does? Create a potion of bounce. How do you learn what the effects actually do? I mean, does it just make you jump higher, like quite literally, or puts a pep in your step, or I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer. Okay, well, I think that's enough fiddling for tonight. What I'm gonna do is level up. I'm gonna level up alchemical practice because I need more experience at this point in the game. And I'm only 4 quote-unquote away from the next popularity level. I still don't have a lot of gold and my reputation is growing. So hopefully tomorrow will be gold focus and I might have time to discover one more effect. That's my plan. Make a lot of gold, discover one more effect. So, I think I'm gonna go for, in this book it says, the third path fast growth down here. I think that's what I'm gonna try to discover next. Okay, this is not a lot of ingredients. So maybe I don't get to experiment today. Alright, let's see what people got for me. Greetings, alchemist. I brought gifts of the mountains. You buyin'? Who are you? What are you selling? I'm a miner. I dig, make tunnels, look for gifts of mountains, stones, minerals, crystals. Sell some. Rare gems. My goods not cheap. Well, I have no money right now, but let's see what you're offering. Ooh, you were not joking. Oh my goodness, look what these crystals do. They send you so far on the map. Oh my goodness. This would be so helpful. What does the little spiral there mean, I wonder? See? On the left-hand side, they all have this little spiral at a different point in the thread. I wonder what that means. Well, I would love to explore, but alas, I have no money, and I'm not going to spend all my money on one gem to experiment and then lose it. I lost my flint, and now I can't light a fire. My husband's coming home with friends tonight, and I need to cook them some dinner. Do you have anything to help me light a fire in the hearth? Okay. I should have enough to make a fire recipe. Good day. I'm going on a long crusade soon, and what better to support a fighting spirit than a flask of ale? The problem is the sun will heat up my flask. I think if I add a drop of frost potion to it, the ale will stay ice cold even in the summer's heat. But wouldn't it freeze your insides when it gets there? I mean, it's not a bad idea, I guess, but you don't want your stomach to freeze. I gotta make it from scratch. Oh no! My bad. See, but I guess that's a good example to show I lost a star and reputation, even though I could have made it. I just ended dialogue instead of... it's fine. It's just annoying. Walking down the street, minding my own business, when a flower pot fell out of nowhere and bonked me right on the head. Good thing I've always had a thick skull or I'd be out cold. But I've got a nice big bump on my head now. What can I rub on it to make it go away? Well, I have just the thing. See, look, 12 gold? And look at the ingredients in it. Those ingredients are 40, 17, and 5. 12 gold? Impossible. Alright, mushroom hat guy. I'm not gonna wink back, that's weird. Show me your goods. Nothing on sale today? No, I'm sorry. The neighbor's livestock has gotten into the habit of eating the veggies out of my garden. I'm tired of chasing sheep and goats away every night. I want to spice my vegetables up with something special so my neighbor has fewer livestock and I have fewer problems. I mean, if I give you a poison, you're just going to put poison in your vegetables. So, I'm gonna deny this customer. What he wants is weird. So I lost a star but gained 10 reputation points. I guess that's good, except for I'm still far away. I wanted to paint my house to make it more unique. I thought it would be cool to paint the walls with a glow-in-the-dark paint. Do you have a potion that makes paint glow in the dark? Would that be like a potion of light, maybe? Let's see. Well, what effects do I have so far? Fire probably would set your house on fire. I don't have like a bioluminescent. Let's try this. A potion of light might make it glow in the dark. But I don't know. Hey! The road from my village to town passes through the cliff tunnel. When I went to town, everything was fine, but on the way home I found the tunnel blocked. Now a barrel of gunpowder would come in handy. Do you happen to have that? So this is a potion of explosion. I need to discover that potion of explosion, but I actually don't have the ingredients to do it. Because, so fire and light, you'd think explosion would be like over here, right? Maybe up here or through here. But I only have one fire bell. And even just to make a potion of fire, I need 3. So unless I have... I mean, I only have one of these. I'm gonna have to deny him. Because I just don't have the ingredients. That sucks. I'm sorry. Ugh. feel like I'm never going to get there. Okay, so I do have some terraria and some brown mushrooms, I think they're called. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to make a potion of fast growth, which is on the healing side of down. And we'll see if I can make it. It's kind of hard without map visibility to know if I'm doing the right stuff, but okay. Don't have very many wind blooms. Oh my goodness! Would these two ingredients make? Look at it! It looks really close! Oh, I need to put it in the pot. I got too excited. Is it possible this is the potion, the third level potion? How is that not a third? How? How is that not 3? Whatever. Ugh. I really thought I had it, guys. I mean, there are higher levels than 3. So, I honestly don't understand. If I can barely make a 3, what would be the prerequisite for a 4, I wonder? Maybe you have to have better equipment? And you can, like, more closely refine?
But it has to do with that stuff down south.
I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the alchemy machine, but the alchemy machine is so expensive to repair. Each one of these parts costs between 1,500 and 40,000 gold. So, how am I ever going to finish it? Oh, well, look at that. My one fire bell. I'm really lucky today, I guess. Alright. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and that's potion of fast growth. Potion of fast growth. All right. Well, I got that in a bounce, and I really just don't have a lot of ingredients, so I am going to try to discover one more effect, actually. I can't remember exactly, but I'm going to try to use this cool ice fruit, I believe it's called. Look at this. This is a very weird effect. Not effect, but path, I guess. Alright, so see there's this faint dotted line along here. Do I have anything that sends me right? That's not. That's kind of cutting it close. Ooh, that sends me pretty far. Okay, so I've used 2 expensive ingredients in this. But that's okay, because discovering new effects is relatively important. Alright. And I should just be able to follow along with some wind blooms, right? That should get me far enough. Oh, I'm so close. Maybe this will get me to the effect. It would be nice if I could just get there. Ah ha ha ha! Good. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sleep. Alright, well, I think that's pretty good. I definitely need to discover more effects, but I am running pretty low. Alright. Yep, I'll go to bed. Let's level up since it's a new day. Actually, I'm going to save my talent points. Not necessarily for haggling. If I don't want to do haggling, then... I think maybe visibility radius would be good. Alright, let's go collect some more ingredients. That was, sulfur shelf. Green mushrooms, which I don't think we've seen in this playthrough yet. Alright, let's open Pangerbon's alchemy shop and see if we can get some customers. Do you have a shop too? No, I don't have a shop. I have a lab in another town. I conduct various alchemy experiments there. I do some research for money and help some people in exchange for favors. So you and I are not competitors, quite the opposite actually. I will soon have extra alchemy devices that you will definitely be interested in. So he's probably where you buy the alchemy machine upgrades. Alright, let's see what you have. Not on sale today. I don't have enough money. But thank you for being here. Okay, hello. As you know, good beer should be enjoyed cold. You just came in to make a warm beer, so I don't really know. Do you want warm or do you want cold beer? But it's hard to keep it that way in the summer or in southern climes. I want to brew a beer that will always stay cold. Do you have a potion that can help? So this is Potion of Frost. And I don't have any. Do I even have... No, I've just got to brew it from scratch. Okay, Potion of Frost. That is... Why zoom in? Can't zoom in. Why can't I zoom? Whatever. That's right here. So, Wind Bloom. Wind Bloom, air to the east in the cauldron. And then what? Probably a whole Terraria. And then a little bit of water. And then another Wind Bloom. That was Onyx. He meowed because he wants to be involved in making the potions. Oh. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to use 3 Wind Bloom in this then. That's fine. Alright, 1, 2, 3. That's Potion of Frost. I'm going to save this recipe because it is a level 2. And I feel like that's pretty good for 4 ingredients. So let's see if we can get him to pay. That's bounce. What, did I not make the potion? Oh, I didn't. I just added the effect. I always forget to do that. Do you visit the South often? Not really. A friend of mine visits from down there. He keeps a tavern and buys my beer. The same friend asked me to invent a beer that's always cold. Okay, well, let's haggle a little bit. Alright, that went pretty good, I think. Hello, my silly husband managed to pinch his hand in the gate yesterday. Now instead of working, he's lying on the bench, supposedly waiting for his hand to heal. Do you have anything to mend the hand so the bum can get back to work? I do. And I'm not even going to try to haggle because I'm already losing money. I need more poison. I don't think I need to remind you of the terms of our deal. So I have enough reputation right now that I think I can sell to him, but I'm going to try to haggle. Actually, I'm going to try to make it and get a higher level and then haggle. So what's my current recipe for poison? It is Firebell and Terraria. Okay. I have enough of both of those to do a little experimenting. Alright. Okay.
Dinner's ready when you are.
Alright. Alright, so I'd have to use another Firebell to try to get a higher quality. I think it's worth it. Is it worth one more? Yeah, I think so. Alright, level 2. Do you think I could even get better? Oh, no. Ugh. Whatever. I gotta cut my losses at some point. I had it level 2 for a second and then I got greedy. But you won't pay very much. What do you mean? You're killing people. Negative 30 reputation for selling to him. I can handle it, but still. You could always have a small stock handy. You should always have a small stock handy. What do you do when you're not gathering herbs? I usually go deep into the woods, choose a picturesque spot, and listen to the birds sing. I even try to sing myself if no one is listening. That's really sweet. Let's see. Some wind bloom on sale today, and then some of this thunder thistle. Okay. Let's buy 2 thunder thistle and then 1 wind bloom. We'll haggle. 31 gold, that's pretty good for that. Alright, I got some and I haven't spent that much gold. How is business? I heard about a rare fish spotted nearby. It comes out at night and only eats fireflies. Do you follow? If you give me some kind of glowing potion, I'll make some bait just for that fish to catch it. How will you use a potion for bait? Well, I'll take a worm and dunk it in the potion so it lights up. The fish will think it's a firefly, swallow it, and I got it. That's not a bad idea. Probably something fishermen would have done if potions were real. It's probably light, right? I don't think it's fire. I'm so close. I just need 1 more star. I need special mushrooms for a certain ritual. They usually appear about this time, but they haven't come out yet. I need them right now, so I was hoping to speed up their growth. Do you have a potion for that? I do. Yes! I got to popularity level 3. People say you sell potions of some kind. Greetings, I'm dealing with a gang of thugs today. I need a potion that not only makes my sword strike true, but also imbues it with magic power. What kind of magic? Well, I trust your judgment. I don't have that effect, so I guess I'm gonna have to deny him. No! I lost my popularity ranking! I thought... I didn't know I could go back down. I thought once you hit that threshold, you stayed there. And I don't have enough for this guy either. Ugh, how frustrating. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm constantly running low on Fire Bell. That's the problem. I mean, I could try. You know what? We'll just give it the good old try. Okay? That's what we'll do. Because I really want to keep that popularity ranking. And I need to discover what a Potion of Explosion does anyway, so... we're gonna give it the good old try. Okay, grind, grind, grind. I just gotta get to that vortex now, which would probably be a good time to just use my one Fire Bell. Right? Or should I save it? Gosh, I don't know. Okay. What was that one? Awesome! Look! I think it'll take me right to it! I surely hope this works. Oh my god! And it's 2! I feel like I should save this recipe, but the problem with saving a recipe where you use an ingredient that you don't always have access to is that it never does a workaround. So you're just kind of screwed if you don't have that ingredient. Alright, let's sell this one. And he wants something higher grade. We're haggling. Ooh, he's a tough haggler. Wait, why did I get -30 reputation for that?
He must have blown something up that belongs to someone.
Dylan suggests that he must have blown something up that belongs to somebody. But I got my next popularity ranking, and I can always be nice to the next couple of customers and get my reputation back up, right? Alright, well, that is the next day of potion craft, honestly. It's been real. I guess I could keep playing, but it's already been close to an hour, so I think I'm just gonna call it a day on day 7 here, and hopefully I'll be back soon. Alright, that's the end.